All right, guys, went back today with a brand new Prism optic from Monstrum Tactical. And if you follow the channel, there's really three main companies I recommend for Prism optics. And in that first tier that I recommend that I actually use and functions good down at the range is Monstrum Tactical. They're a great entry-level Prism optic with a solid mounting system, halfway decent illumination, very good glass, and every time Monstrum makes a new Prism optic, they get better and better and push the limits what is possible under $150. In fact, this brand new lineup of the CYBORG 1X and 3X Prism optics comes in at $89 to $110 depending on the configuration. Today we're looking at the 1X version, which is selling for $89.95. And this one actually has two different reticle selections, really upgrading in some ways for a different DX1 reticle system. Now we'll be looking and talking about that reticle system, but if you like the traditional circle dot reticle system, that's also still an option. This one also has a coupon code that I'll be putting in the description below along with the sale link to this, because you're going to be saving 30% off, dropping the price down to right about $62, $63, which is an absolutely great deal for a 1X Prism scope. The cool thing about this new CYBORG is it also is a push button design rather than a turn knob style design. And that means if you set it and forget it, it's automatically going to turn off after 1 hour, saving the battery life, unlike a turn knob style optic. This is also IPX7 waterproof rating, and it comes with a lifetime warranty. This is definitely key. If something goes wrong, Monstrum Tactical is going to stand behind their products. Now, inside the box, you get the optic itself, and it's already on its riser for a pick rail mounting solution. This mounts up perfectly to a flat top AR or similar platform, and everything has been rock solid. But before we continue with this review, I do want to give a huge shout out to Nautilus Ammunition for sponsoring the 124 grain 9 to the channel. If you're looking for some ammo that packs a little bit more of a punch than your traditional 115 or has a little bit more oomph behind it, definitely check out Nautilus. 100% made in the USA, 9mm, and I've got the code 704TACTICAL for 5% off your ammunition order. And you can also save when you buy in bulk. They make a lot of good ammo, and I've been loving their 124 grain 9, so definitely check them out. Now, the thing about a prism optic and why people like prism optics is the fact that you're looking through a prism, not two panes of glass, and not through a lens system. It also has an etched reticle system built into the prism optic itself, so if the illumination dies, you still get that black, either circle dot with the more traditional reticle or the DX reticle that is more of a squared off system, and that also has a center dot as well, so you can really make that out depending on the lighting conditions. Now, the illumination on this guy is not super bright. It's going to be adequate for inside your house in a dusk or twilight situation, but it's not going to be bright enough for daytime shooting. But that's when I turn the illumination off and use the actual blacked out reticle system. I do want to show you guys the reticle system right here. And again, you are looking at the DX1 reticle system, not this guy right here. That is for a different optic, but the DX1 is the other option available on this reticle selection, so you can get that more squared off approach. Now, it also helps you range and do some elevation, which is pretty cool. And then it also gives you a full instruction manual on everything you need to know about the optic itself. Now, that circle dot reticle system is also very nice, so it really just depends on which version you want. I'm kind of my preference is more towards the new reticle selection. I kind of like off that squared off approach. I can really tell kind of where those lines are a little bit better than the circle dot, and it helps me guesstimate range. But honestly, when you're talking about a 1X, I'm not really taking this out much past 100 yards, but know if you wanted to, it's definitely capable of doing that. It also has the adjustable diopter on the back to get everything really dialed in. And this is a truly 1X Prism optic with an amazing set of glass in here. It's just really crystal clear, especially when we're talking about a $90 optic, and especially when we're getting a $30 code or 30% off code, dropping the price down to about $63. The push button controls work really well. You can hold down the plus and switch from red illumination to green illumination. I believe you can hold down the minus to completely turn it off, and then it does have that auto shut off after 1 hour. Now, during that 1 hour, when it doesn't sense motion, it will turn off, and then when it senses motion, it will turn back on. So it has a sort of pseudo shake-awake technology, but only for an hour. Once it sits for an hour, it completely turns off. Now, hopefully in future iterations of the Prism optic, it would be nice for a truly auto-on and auto-off style Prism, and that's something that I wish Monstrum would do in the future. That's one thing I'm asking for. The other thing is I would like to see maybe a little bit thicker dot or thicker ring in the reticle selection, allowing it to be a little bit easier for CQB shooting. Now you can make it out, but I feel like if there was a thicker part of it, even maybe a chevron point in the middle or some type of different reticle selection that they offer in the future, I think that would be cool too. But something a little bit thicker to gather, either block out more light or block out more of the target, allowing you to know you're over the target and make it out a little bit easier. But the new reticle selections that they're adding are really good, and I've really liked both of the options. So not major complaints. And again, I'm actually comparing this against $300 optics when I'm talking about these complaints. Like the next step up, the next one I would recommend would be from Primary Arms, and their 1X that is very similar to this and has some of those features that I'm discussing is about $270, so about $210 more. So just to put that into perspective, I don't want to confuse you guys thinking that I'm kind of nitpicking these little details, but this is a solid option for the money. A solid option in general. This is a great Prism optic, and if you've never tried one, it's a great way to get into one that is going to last you a lifetime. They're built really good, and again, if there is an issue, they have that lifetime warranty. I also want to talk about the eye box and eye relief. The eye box and eye relief on this is spectacular. Generally, Prism optics that I've used in the past, especially even like $200 ones, have had problems with if you're a little too far away or a little bit too close up, they completely black out. This one is very forgiving, up and back, and then left, right, up and down. The eye box is just great. So it really doesn't black out. It's very forgiving in that eye box and eye relief, and I'm really liking this optic in general. In summary, if you're looking for a new Prism optic, you would be amiss not to check out the new CYBORG lineup from Monstrum Tactical. Subscribe to the channel because a lot of guys are commenting on my old Monstrum videos. Hey, the code is expired. Can we get a new one? Hey, the code is expired. That's why you subscribe. You subscribe because when this stuff comes out, that code is valid for a limited time, specifically for my viewers. My viewers get a jump on a lot of this stuff when it comes out, and I try to tell you the positives and negatives so you can decide if you want it and give you that discount code to save yourself some money. And that way I can try it right off the presses. As soon as it comes back from the manufacturer, as soon as it's available on their website, I'm getting one to try to let you guys know my opinion, and they really knocked it out of the park with the CYBORG. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it gives you another high value option. Again, all of the information and code will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.